Welcome to the Shine Seeker Show, the podcast where strategy and soul come together, because the best business plan in the world can't do its job if you don't believe you're worth building it. I'm your host, Katie-Beth Schultz, founder of the Sunburst Strategies Co. and your Shine strategist. Every week, we're going from scattered to strategic with real conversations, real marketing strategy, and honest moments that remind you you are already worthy of the shine you're seeking. Let's get into it. How much have you spent on your marketing over the last 12 months? Seriously. I'm not just talking about ads. I'm talking about the courses, the coaches, the graphic designer, the Canva templates, the email platform, the social media scheduler, the Canva subscription, the real strategy guide. Like, add it all up. Seriously. Here's the question I really want you to sit with. Did it work? Did it look good? Did it actually move your business forward? If the answer is kind of, or I'm not sure, or not really, then this episode is for you. Because people don't talk about the thing they should before they tell you to invest in marketing. And this might be the absolute most important thing you do all year long for your business. The cost of skipping the foundation is astronomical. I'm not going to lecture at you. I'm not going to make you feel bad. That's obviously not what we do here at the Sunburst Strategies Co. But what I am going to do is tell you the truth and have empathy for where you are. So hear me out, okay? I have seen too many women spend money on a bunch of junk that doesn't matter because they skipped the foundation. And let me be clear before I move on and talk about this stuff, and I have my bullet points here in front of me. I was one of those women. I, Katie-Beth Schultz, founder and chief creative director, officer, whatever you want to call it, of the Sunburst Strategies Co. I was one of those women that spent money on a bunch of junk that didn't matter because I didn't have my foundation covered first. So don't be one of those women. I want you to hear me now, and I want you to embody what I'm about to say so that I can wear the mistakes that you will never make. Okay? All right, let's dive in. So I have seen women spend thousands on branding before they even had an offer, before they even had something to sell. Okay? I've seen women who have hired social media managers. And again, if you listen to episode 3, I was that social media manager. They hired a social media manager and got beautiful content, but it didn't convert because the foundation and the strategy was nowhere to be found. I have seen women run ads to websites that don't actually fully, distinctly, specifically communicate what they actually do. Y'all, that is so much money. So much money. I have seen women who were consistent for months with their social media, their email marketing, all the things, and nothing was happening. Marketing without strategy is incredibly expensive, and it's not the good kind of expensive, okay? Marketing with the strategy is expensive. I always tell clients this. If you have a proper hearing inventory, or if you have brick and mortar, something like that, yeah, those expenses are going to be high. But right up there with your inventory costs and your overhead is going to be marketing. If marketing, and that includes in my world, that includes spending money on ads and all that good stuff too, to ads. You are not having marketing being up there as one of your top expenses, you're not spending enough. You're not spending enough. And that is why people are not finding you. That is why people are not understanding who you are, what you do, what you sell, and what you're about. And they don't see themselves as the perfect potential client to buy what it is you're selling. You've got to spend good money, and it needs to be a good expensive for marketing. We don't want bad expensive, which is marketing with zero strategy. Okay. So when you market without a strategy and spend all this money, it may feel like progress. If you're posting every single day on social media, that looks and feels good, right? It feels like you can check something off your to-do list. But what does it mean? What is it tied to? Is it directing people into a funnel where they're going to potentially become buyers? If it's not, it is a waste of time and it is a waste of dollars, okay? No amount of money and no amount of posting, no amount of photo shoots are going to fix that. We've got to go back to the beginning and back to the foundation. Like I said before, if you go back and listen to episode 3, you will hear my experience with this. I was a social media manager for my first client. That is how this business accidentally started. And as I started other clients alongside of that one, I started building out a process that I didn't even know what it was. I just knew that when I asked these certain questions and when I worked in this specific way, we were getting better results and we were getting better results quicker. And that is what we know today as the Shine Strategy System. And prior to having that built out, clients were not getting it. I was not getting it as their service provider either. So it's incredibly important to go back to the foundation and know why we're doing things that we're doing in your business. Every episode of the show, we always ask, what is the shine you're seeking? So today I want to flip it a little bit because I think a lot of people, a lot of women are seeking the right shine, if there can be a right shine. And what I mean by that is they're wanting to have a successful business, one that makes money, one that's growing, one that gives them freedom, one that is making impact on people around them, all of that great stuff. But I think they're seeking the shine through the wrong door. They might be seeking it marketing, and that's a shortcut. Okay. I want you to be seeking your shine through the foundation of the marketing work. Okay. And I'm going to talk about what that means. But that is exactly what the Shine Strategy System was built to give you. Over the past few years, I have worked with dozens of women who every dozen time. Over the past few years, I have worked with dozens of women on their business. And through that work, I discovered the same gaps every single time. So what did I do? I created a system called the Shine Strategy System in order to bridge those gaps. And I'm going to tell you today exactly what that system is. There are 6 steps to the Shine Strategy System, and they're not just my opinion. They are steps that have been tried. They are steps that are true. They are steps that I have seen result for women in business, going from scattered to strategic and knowing exactly what they need to do next in order to grow their business and take it to the next level. So here are the 6 steps. 1, clarity. Getting crystal clear on your offer, your audience, and what you actually want out of your life and your business. 2 is focus. Identifying your single best traffic engine instead of trying to be everywhere all of the time. 3 is structure. Building the funnel that moves people from awareness up here at the top all the way down to purchase at the bottom. 4th is rhythm. Creating a consistent marketing system that you can actually maintain. 5, conversion. Turning your audience's attention into revenue, into dollars in your pocket. Number 6, expansion. Growing your reach, your team, and your impact. So you don't have to do this perfectly. And again, it's not my opinion. This is stuff that I have tried and I have seen it work with my own eyes. And it does need to be done in order. I use this example a lot. I think I've already used it in some previous episodes. But when you're building a house, you don't start with the roof. You don't start at the top. You start with the land and clearing the land, digging the foundation, and then figuring out what you want. Like if you want a basement or if you're pouring a foundation, and then you build from the bottom up, right? That we have a sustainable place to live. And that is exactly what the Shine Strategy System is about. Clarity, focus, structure, rhythm, conversion, and expansion. So here's what I want you to do with everything that you just heard, everything you talked about, the 6 steps of the Shine Strategy System. I don't want you to just think about it. I don't want you to write it down for later. I want to give you something actionable to do right now. I built the free 15-minute Shine Strategy Reset, and it's a free resource. Let me say it again. It's a free diagnostic that helps you figure out exactly where your biggest gap in your business is right now, today. It's not a sales funnel. It's not a trick to get you on a call. It is genuinely the real actual starting point that I use with every single person that comes into my world. And it's free because I think every single woman in business needs access to this resource so that they know the steps that they personally need to take within their business. This is not a blanket strategy for everyone. You need to do it today and not this weekend, okay? Literally takes 15 minutes tops. The show notes are going to have the link to it, the Shine Strategy Reset, okay? And this is going to tell you the biggest gap in your business that we can start taking steps today to fix it. And I promise you, it's probably going to give you more insight into your specific business than any of these other courses that you've paid a ton of money for. I have been building out a place where women can come and do this foundational work together. I'm really excited about it. I'm not quite ready to tell you all about it yet, but if it resonated with you, the 6 steps, doing order, finding the gap in your business, wondering what you should do next once you identify that gap. I want you to stay close. I want you to hit that subscribe button so that you know when the next episodes drop. And I would love for you to join me inside the free Sunburst Strategies Co community. So that is the best place to plug in right now. That's where I teach. I show up every month for a free 30-minute monthly marketing lab where we discuss these things more in depth that we've just talked about today. And I genuinely get to know all of the women in the Sunburst Strategies Co world. So the link to the free Sunburst Strategist community is also in the show notes. As always, here's the question I'm leaving you with today. What is the shine that you're seeking? Not the one that looks on paper, not the one that sounds fancy at a networking event, and not the one that you think you're supposed to want. What is the shine that you're seeking? What's the thing that's keeping you up at night in the best way possible? What's the one that makes you feel like you're willing to do the hard foundational work that you need for your business to be successful? Not glamorous. No one's looking and watching and telling you congratulations, but you still want to do it. That shine, that thing within you, whatever that is worth building something for. So I encourage you to keep seeking that shine. And I'll see you next time. Shine on.